Women today are not looking for a man to take care of them. They already know how to pay their bills, handle their shit, and solve their problems. What they are looking for is a man they don't have to mother. A man who can lead himself, regulate himself, and backs up his words with consistent fucking actions.
By 2030, 50% of women will be without a man. The men that are looking for those traditional values are starting to go overseas. The other half of the men are just checking out completely what they want to do with women at all.
Women are choosing to be single because we're becoming more and more financially independent, meaning we have the freedom to actually choose partners who benefit and enrich our lives.
Men have had it with women. They are walking away. Hope you are handy around the house. That they are horrible, horrible salespeople because, there's no selling point. What are you offering me that I can't get somewhere else?
Modern dating is reaching a breaking point. Women are becoming more financially independent than ever before, while millions of men are quietly walking away from traditional relationships entirely. Some women say they no longer need men for survival, protection, or provision, while many men claim they're happier single and tired of one-sided expectations. But underneath the arguments, the frustration, and the viral TikToks lies a much deeper question nobody wants to answer. If both sides believe they're better off alone, what happens to relationships, marriage, and society itself in the next 10 years?
Women today are not looking for a man to take care of them. They already know how to pay their bills, handle their shit, and solve their problems. They do not need saving. What they are looking for is a man they don't have to mother. A man who can lead himself, regulate himself, and backs up his words with consistent fucking actions. What she wants is a partner, not another responsibility.
The truth is that even though I can take care of myself, it'd be nice to have someone you can count on no matter what. Yes, a partner, but one that shows up no questions asked when you asked for a shovel at 3 a.m.
Men have had it with women. They are walking away. Hope you are handy around the house. I actually am. Thank you. And, obviously I don't know how to do it all. The good thing is I'm in an apartment. I don't have to be handy. If I have an issue, I just call maintenance. When I was actually still married, I am the one who did anything around the house unless it was hired out. My ex-husband couldn't even change a light bulb. Squeaky hinges, took care of all that. Hanging stuff up, I took care of that too. He was able to go to work and he was able to get himself home from work and eat lots of snacks while sitting in bed. Yeah, I love it when men use this argument that they're basically saying like men are only good for physical labor. They don't understand that, number one, many women are handy. And number two, whatever we're not able to take care of, we can hire someone. There's many, many services out there. Whatever it is that needs to be done, we can hire someone. We have money. We have jobs. When men think that that's their main selling point, they're bidding against themselves. It shows you that they are horrible, horrible salespeople because, there's no selling point. What are you offering me that I can't get somewhere else? Absolutely nothing, except for a headache. And you know what? I can go sit in traffic and get a headache too.
Why does it always sound like a boss that massively underpays you and tries to keep you by pointing out that you get a day off you on your birthday at this job?
By 2030, 50% of the women will be without a man. The men that are looking for those traditional values are starting to go overseas. The other half of the men are just checking out completely. They don't want to deal with women at all. So this is going to be a big issue that women are going to deal with in the future.
Spoiler alert, we do not care. Also, you definitely didn't read the study that statistic is from, so let's take a look at it. The study was done by Morgan Stanley, and this is what they have to say about it. What's driving this trend? For starters, more women are delaying marriage, choosing to stay single, or divorcing in their 50s and 60s. Women are also delaying childbirth or having fewer children than in the past. Do you see that keyword? Choosing. It's on purpose. They also talk about how women control a large share of the US wallet because we are the primary shoppers for 72% of households, meaning groceries or any household needs. We buy it 72% of the time. And women are now the primary breadwinners in nearly 40% of US households. Notice how that percentage of women breadwinners aligns pretty closely with the percentage of women choosing to be single. It's almost like the less that we have to rely on you financially, the more irrelevant you become. So, in summary, women are choosing to be single because we're becoming more and more financially independent, meaning we have the freedom to actually choose partners who benefit and enrich our lives. That means men who are emotionally intelligent and desire equal partnership. And if you're confused why women are not wanting that traditional partnership that you are desiring, it's because it pressures us into being financially dependent on you and subservient to you, meaning you can stay emotionally unavailable and you can avoid doing the inner work that you very clearly need. And by saying that y'all are just going to start going overseas and leaving us alone, you're just threatening us with a good time.
It's funny, all these women on here talking about how expensive it is being single. Meanwhile, men are talking about how much cheaper being single is.
Vogue released an article saying it's embarrassing to have a boyfriend, and although that's a bit dramatic, it confirms that we are living in a time where women do not need men. And not only do women not need men, they don't want men. They'd rather be single and alone than be with someone who adds absolutely nothing to their life. With that being said, there are so many good guys out there, so many great men out there, but there are so many more shitty men, and having to filter through them to find somebody who is decent has become exhausting. So they've given up. So what does this mean for men? It means that if you are a good guy, if you have a great life and you have something to offer somebody, it's your time to shine. It's your time to step up. It's not time to sit there and be like, oh, women hate us. No, they don't. Women don't hate men. They just want someone who's going to come into their life and make it better. And that might sound shallow, but you're not hearing me. You're not listening, because if you are entering into a relationship with someone, you want to be with someone who makes your life better. They make you a better person. They make you more ambitious. Whatever it may be. Women don't want someone who's just there. They want someone who's going to challenge them. They want someone who's going to support them. They want someone who's going to cheer in their success. Make them more successful. Make them smarter. Make them more traveled, more learned, more cultured. Whatever it may be. So if you are a good guy and if you have something to offer, if you have a great, whatever it may be, it's your time to step up and shoot and show it. Prove it. Do it. Don't wallow in sadness and be the guy that's like, oh, women hate us. They don't want to give us a chance. No. Because all the guys that do suck, they are giving up. As they should be. Fuck them. But if you are one of the good guys, one of the decent guys out there, don't shy away from the challenge. Continue to be a good guy, continue to prove yourself, and continue to show your worth, because this isn't a sex thing. There's a lot of fucking shitty women out there too. A lot of bad women who offer nothing, who bring nothing to the table. So whoever wrote this article is just really good at their job. Shout out to you. You wrote a good article, you got some buzz, and that's what you were supposed to do. Okay? Because there are a lot of good men, and there's a lot of good women, and there's a lot of shitty men, and there's a lot of shitty women. You just have to find the right one.
What's awkward is that most of the women who are saying that it is embarrassing to have a boyfriend are the same women who have benefited off of men. Women will be with a guy who takes care of them while they built themselves up. Then the man leaves them because they started to see who they really were, and now these women have to say, oh well, having a boyfriend is embarrassing because they can't actually keep a man. Lala Kent from Vanderpump Rules is a perfect example of this. She always tries to say that she built her life on her own. Meanwhile, Randall is paying all the bills and taking care of her and their child. She still gets spend of money from him. Vogue was literally created by a man.
Why are the men so confused that we like being single? I just saw this TikTok from this guy named Kevin, and he's like, why do women promote singleness so much? And he says, when I'm in a relationship, I operate so much more effectively. Is that the mental and emotional labor that she was doing for you? Sounds like it. Is that the reason that she's no longer around? Possibly. But for the first time in history, right, men have to compete not just with other men, right, but also with a woman's alone time and with the life that she has created for herself. And they are not coping well with that. They don't seem to understand that we like being alone. We have hobbies, we have friends, we have interests, we're outperforming them in education. We don't need a relationship. We no longer need to have a man in our life in order to get something like a credit card, a bank account, own a house. We can do all of that stuff ourselves. So if a man is not adding to your life now, you don't need him. This was not the case 50 years ago. 50 years ago, a woman couldn't have a credit card. So, I mean, I love my partner and everything. Whenever I make these videos, men in the comments assume that I'm single for some reason. I'm not. I did love being single, though. I will say that. Being single was awesome. My life now, also awesome. Why do they think we only hear about the male loneliness epidemic? Because women don't see singleness as loneliness. Because it's not. Make some friends, get a hobby. Learn to enjoy time with yourself. Being alone is awesome. What? Why are they so confused by this?
Dated once after my divorce. I have been divorced for 7 years and I don't see myself giving up my privacy and my own time unless I meet someone that really adds to my life. My quality of life really went down while I was married and the time I dated after my divorce. I'm just sharing my personal experience. I agree being alone is awesome and very therapeutic.
How expensive it is living on your own as a girl with a dog. Like, I've known it's been expensive, but I really just thought about it and I was like, you have your rent, and then you have your utilities, and then you have your phone bill, and then you have your car payment, and then you have your car insurance, and then you have your renter's insurance, and then you have your Wi-Fi, and then you have your, then after all that, you have to get laundry detergent, you have to get your laundry pads thing, you have to get dishwasher, you get paper towels. You have to get your makeup. Then after that's run out, you have to get your skincare. You have to get your feminine products. You have to get dog food. You have to get your dog insurance. You have to get...
I'm a strong and independent woman with a good income, and because it's our first date, I want to take you out to an expensive restaurant and I'll pay for everything. Said no woman to a man ever.
$600 right there. Of course, it's important to keep in mind that lots of these are one-time purchases. And most of the products last between 3 to 4 months, but these are still things that we have to pay for that you don't. It's hard for me to total all that up, but ballpark, and this is me being on the conservative end of things, I'd say it's about $1,000 worth of product. There's a lot of pressure to be hairless, tan, poreless, beautiful people. And you know who put those beauty standards in place? Men. You know who owns lots of those beauty companies and fashion companies and famous lingerie brands? Men. So if you're gonna tell me what I should wear and how I should look, the least you can do is buy me a drink.
The single women are complaining, but then when a man actually goes to say something to them, all they have are bad things to say to that man. They call them a loser and disgusting and tell them to get away from them, but then go online and complain that they're single?
As a single person, I have to pay my bond completely out of my own salary. I've got to pay my Wi-Fi out of my salary. I've got to pay the entire electricity bill by myself. I've got to pay my entire rates and taxes by myself. I have to buy all my groceries myself. And it seems that every time I go grocery shopping, my groceries have gone up significantly. How are we surviving? How?
Thereafter, and you know who put those beauty standards in place is meaningless compared to, and you know who buys into those beauty standards. We do, I do. I don't know the biophysics behind how that second X chromosome creates such a strong force field that repels accountability, as though the fate of the entirety of known reality totally depends on the repulsion of accountability, but it documentably does.
I think that a lot of men think that they're more of a prize than what they really are. This is the thing.
Heavy on that.
Men really think that women are jealous of the woman that they choose to be like their quote unquote main. And what they don't realize is that a lot of single women are so much happier single because they don't have to deal with the mess from a man. I don't have to be worried about what's going on a man's phone. I don't have to worry about catching a sexually transmitted disease because he decides to cheat.
Heavy on it.
I don't have to worry about any type of stress because I'm not with a man that's cheating, and I'm not with a man, period. I feel like men try to make it seem like they're this God's gift to the earth, and they don't realize like y'all aren't. And women don't actually want to be your wife, or women don't want to be your main. We're not worried about it.
We're all thinking the same right now. What are these clowns talking about? Being single saves so much money. For guys at least, that's why they're saying it costs more. Let that sink in. The modern relationship dynamic is clearly shifting. More women now prioritize independence and emotional compatibility over traditional dependence, while many men are prioritizing peace, freedom, and self-preservation over dating altogether. Whether this trend leads to healthier relationships or deeper loneliness remains to be seen, but one thing is undeniable: both men and women are rethinking what partnership truly means in 2026. You're watching Modern Dating Logic, where we keep it real, not emotional. If you see the pattern, you already know what to do.